Hey all, I'm Apurva and welcome back to WeDesified. As most of you already know, I'm pursuing my PhD in the United States, and I get this question a lot on this channel and also from the people outside asking me exactly why did I choose United States for my PhD over other countries like UK, Canada, Australia or many other European countries. I also wondered about the same question for many days while I was applying, and I did a lot of research. But to be frank, there was no good source or video that would give a good comparison, especially targeting the PhD students. So we thought, let's do a video since it could be helpful for many prospective PhD students. For this video, we will be comparing only United States versus UK, but if you want us to compare any other countries, then feel free to let us know. We have put a lot of effort into researching and making this video, and so if you find this information useful, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. So let's start. First of all, we would like to appreciate you for even thinking of studying abroad. Like coming out of your home country, leaving your friends and family in the dreams of learning and achieving something is not easy, and you really deserve an appreciation for that. But once you take that decision, choosing which country to go to would be your first puzzle. You might want to choose a country because it has good education system, or choose some countries which is offering better jobs, or you may be thinking of a particular country because you have some friends over there, or thinking about a country because you think you can make more money over there. So you see, there is a lot of confusion. If you are also in the same confused state, then you should definitely watch this video. So without further delay, let's jump into the comparison between the PhD program in the United States versus UK. And so our first point is world rankings. Take any world rankings like the QS World Rankings or Times or Forbes rankings. You see, out of the top 100 universities, US has 50 to 55 universities, whereas UK has 15 universities, and the rest of the world combined has only 20 to 30 universities. This speaks volumes about the quality of education in the US. Now, these rankings are comprehensive rankings and not specific to any stream or particular aspects, like they consider infrastructure, research opportunities, cost of education, job prospects, acceptance ratio, and many more. So USA is a clear winner here, since your chances of studying in a world-class university will be much higher if you come to the US. We have already made a couple of videos on this topic, so do watch them. Our next point is duration of the program. This point is clearly an UK advantage point. Since the average length of the PhD program in the UK is 3 to 4 years, while it takes 5 to 7 years to complete PhD in the US. Come on, it's almost double the time, and committing 6 to 7 years of your life for one program is not at all easy. In UK, you can finish your PhD faster, and so you can start earning faster. So UK definitely has the advantage here. But keep in mind that less time for PhD program means you will get less time for your research or coursework. And that leads to our next point, which is curriculum. If I want to put this in one sentence, then US curriculum is flexible while UK curriculum is rigid. I say this because for the US PhD programs, they focus the first 2 years on the coursework. Like you have to take multiple courses, you have to do your major, minor, complete assignments, do your classroom projects, etc. And then you choose your research topic, work on it, and finally write and defend your thesis. You see, this entire process is well structured and you get a comprehensive learning, as in you can take electives and courses from other departments, which provides opportunities for collaboration, and it lets you explore many other possibilities. On the other hand, UK PhD programs are more focused on one single research topic. So most of your program time you will spend on working on a specific research topic, working with your advisor and writing thesis. So there is not much scope for you to learn other things in the limited 3 to 4 years of time. So if you are someone who values comprehensive growth like me, then US has the edge here. Since we are talking about the coursework, that brings us to our next point, which is comprehensive exams. If you're coming to the US, then this is a nightmare. Trust me, I was so stressed because of these comprehensive exams in the first 2 years of my PhD, because if you fail these, then you are out of the PhD program. Most of the US universities have these comprehensive exams in their first year or second year of the PhD programs. Like they test students based on the courses they took either in their first year or first and second years combined based on the program. These are very important if you want to continue in the PhD program with your funding. Thankfully, UK doesn't have these comprehensive exams, so one less thing to worry about, and hence UK is a winner here. For the next points, it's hard to determine which country has an advantage over the other since they mostly depend on the personal preference. So we would like to put our discussion points as detailed as possible so that you can decide what works best for you according to your personal preference. So let's discuss about the application process. Most of the US universities ask for GRE or GMAT scores for admissions. Now they have waived this requirement due to COVID, but it can come back. Whereas UK universities have no such requirement. Both US and UK need some English proficiency exams like the IELTS or TOEFL. But the major difference is that UK PhD programs want you to have a research proposal ready and also choose your advisor while applying for the program itself so that you can start working on your thesis as soon as possible. On the other hand, US PhD programs give you first 2 years to figure out your research topic and the advisor. You can have lab rotations or work with multiple professors before you actually choose the topic and the lab you want to work with. So it's kind of more flexible in that sense. We already talked enough about study, research and exams. So now let's talk about money, cost of education and living expenses. Most of the PhD programs in the US and UK are fully funded and provide some sort of stipend. So your living expenses will be covered with this stipend. If you don't get full funding, then US is costlier than UK in terms of tuition fees, whereas UK is costlier than US in terms of cost of living. You can expect some scholarships if they are public or research universities, but our advice is that if you don't get full funding, it's better not to consider that university because paying tuition fees from pocket, doing part-time while working on the research is not at all easy, and it will definitely affect your research work for sure. So think only of those universities that give you full funding. Talking more about making money, let's talk about full-time jobs. Think about Silicon Valley, finance industry, automobile industry or healthcare industry. US has more jobs and opportunities than UK. And jobs in US pay higher average salaries than jobs in UK. The cost of living can also be less in the US since US has many tier 2 cities. So you can make more money and spend less, which means more return of investment in the US.
25 दिन में पैसा double.
Apart from these industry jobs, you can also go into academic sector and become a professor after your PhD if that is interesting for you, since teaching is a requirement in many US PhD programs. Another important point is work visa and immigration. This is an ever-changing topic and you need to get latest information from time to time. Things have changed a lot from the time I was researching for my PhD program to now, but let's talk about the current situation. After you complete your PhD, US gives 1 year of OPT for the non-STEM program and 3 years of OPT for the STEM programs, while UK gives 3 years of work authorization for the PhD students regardless of your program. After this period, you have to switch to a work visa, which is H1B in the US or Tier 2 skilled worker visa in the UK. From December 2020, UK doesn't require labor market test for the Tier 2 visas, so it's more straightforward. While US still implements lottery system for the H1B visas, so you need some kind of luck too. If you are thinking about long term, then you would think of green card or permanent residency. To get the PR in the UK, you have to work for 5 years minimum. They have recently introduced a point-based system for the PR. So you have to get certain points to get the PR, and it's easy if you hold a PhD degree and have a stable job. For the US, you might have heard that there is almost 150 plus years wait time for the green card in EB2 and EB3 categories. But if you hold a PhD degree, then you would be eligible for the EB1 or EB2 national interest waiver categories, where the wait times are significantly lower. You can get the green card in even less than 2 years in these categories, and that's even less time than UK. If you're immigrating for the long term, you should also think about healthcare, education for children, cost of living, etc., etc. But that's a discussion for another day. Our last point is about the weather. US is vast and it has all sorts of weather. If you like more tropical weather and beaches, then you can go to states like Florida or California. Or if you like snow and cold weather, then you can go to New York, Chicago or Boston. Or if you like mountains or deserts, then you can go to Arizona, Utah, etc. But UK's weather is mostly rainy and cold. Rains reminds me of Mumbai, and being a Mumbaiker myself, it is that kind of a city where winters are declared whenever temperature falls below like 16 degrees or so. But after living in Indianapolis for 5 years now, I don't even complain at minus 30. So you see how things have changed for me. I guess it's just the things we do for the sake of education. So these are the main reasons why I chose US for my PhD, and I hope that this video helps you in deciding the country you want to go to. If you decide to choose US, then do watch our Study in the USA series and these videos on how to shortlist and decide the right colleges. We will keep making more videos about my PhD journey to help you all give an insight. If you want information about life after PhD in the US, you should definitely watch the videos by Desi American Professor. He has covered a lot of topics that are very useful for the PhD students or students in general. If you find our videos useful, then like the videos and share it with your family and friends. Subscribe to our channel to encourage us to make more such videos. If you want us to compare any other country versus US, or if you have any questions, then please let us know in the comments box below. We will reply and make videos answering all your questions. Until next time, keep learning. Bye-bye.